Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to explain you what is Java Bean and what are the properties of Java Bean. So this is a simple topic I have taken. Let's start.
Can I be your superhero? Superhero.
Session I am going to handle introduction and the properties of Java Beans. So let's see the introduction. Java Bean is a software component. It's a software component. It is a simple class as a how the Java classes are there. So it is a simple class as we write a Java class in a Java code only. So like session Java Bean also a Java simple Java code. Um, then it is used for reuse. So why we are talking as a reuse? Because once you write this one Java Bean, you can use at any time and any way. Okay, out of the package also you can use that. So if you write once, you can use it anyway. So we tell that one as a reuse. So Java Bean is a reuse. It is a simple class and it is a software component obviously, and it is designed for to reuse. Then we call this one as a client side component. Why? Because when you what is a client side component? uh, Java Beans is using to design in a GUI also. So whatever you want to display for the client, for the browser who is browsing, or for the user, so that whatever we display, whatever the uh, property we come to know to see the as a user, so that we call as a client side. So Java Bean is a client side component. You can write a GUI also. Using Java Beans, you can write a GUI also. So it is help for GUI also. So it is called as a client side component. Then using Java Beans, you can create your own Java controls. Okay, so whatever you create a Java Beans, you can control your whatever for example button you have created. So the that button, when you click that button, so you want to change that color of the button. When you click that button, you want to change the color of the button, so that control is in your hand. So what you do, when you create the Java Bean, you write the when it click mouse, so it should change the color. So you we can tell that one using beans you can create your own Java controls. Whenever you design a Java Bean, the whatever the information it is going to store in a Java Bean, it is going to store in a builder tools. Okay, so for example of builder tool is a bean box. Whatever the information you used in a Java Bean, it is going to store in a builder tool. So that for example Beanbox. So using Beanbox, anyone can use the Java Bean. So it is reusable. So Beanbox, it is reusable. Using the Beanbox, you can use the Java Bean in any package also. So we are using a builder tool to save our information of the Java bits. It will save the information about the Java bits. So for example, actually Java Bean contains properties, methods and events. Whatever the properties of that, whatever the characteristics of properties, events and methods, so that all information we are going to store in a builder tool, that is Beanbox. So using that Beanbox, we can customize that one. So that customization I will explain it later. So using that Beanbox, you can reuse the Java Bean that code. Okay, then Java Beans are in we have to import java.beans package. when you want to create the Java Bean, you have to import java.beans package. So next topic is we'll see what are the properties of Java Beans. So first we have introspection, then we will be seeing the properties, then customization, events, persistence, and methods. So these are the properties of Java Beans. What are those? Introspection, properties, customization, events, persistence, methods. Okay, so we'll see one by one. First one is introspection. So what is introspection? Introspection is automatically it generate the information about the whatever you have created the Java Bean. So whatever the Java features, it will discover and it will store in a builder tool. Okay, so it can support in two ways. One is design pattern and Bean information class. So in a design pattern, using the naming convention, you can collect the information about the bean. So using design pattern is what? Design pattern, using the naming convention, you can collect the information about the Java Bean. And next way is Bean information class. So this Bean information class, we are going to collect in a Bean info. So Bean info interface we are using. So Bean info is a class which stores all the properties of the bean. All the not only properties, all the whatever the information you have stored in a bean, it is going to store you can access that whatever the information you have stored in a builder tool, you can access that all properties, all the characteristics of the bean through Bean info class. So introspection is one which automatically stores or automatically discovers the properties of or features of the session bean, Java Bean. Okay, so it is going to discover from builder tool. Obviously we are going to store that whatever the information you have created in a Java Beans, it is going to store in builder tool. Okay, so from builder tool it is going to collect all the information. So if you want to show that builder tool Java Beans information, you have to implement a Bean info class. Understood? So there are two ways, design pattern and Bean information. So one is design pattern is what? Naming convention. On the basis of naming convention, you can check the information about the bean, session bean, Java Bean. Okay, so Bean information is the second way of getting the information. Bean information class is the class which stores all the information and it will get from the builder tool. Using Bean info class, you have to implement the Bean info class. Okay, then it will show all the information about the session Java Bean. Sorry. So we'll see next one, that is properties. So properties, we have introspection, then properties. So properties one, which whatever you want to appear, whatever you want to see as a user. So appearance and a behavior of the behavior characteristics of the design. For example, if you are drawn one form, for example, you have created user name, one text box, and password, one text box, and submit button. So whatever for example, for the submit button, I will tell one session. Okay, Java Bean, that is one Java Bean. For example, submit button, one Java Bean. So whatever the property you want to set, for example, it should look like the button should be in a color of yellow, or button should be in the color of red, like that. So color, font size, and the height and width, that all will come under the properties. So whatever the appearance and the behavior characteristics of the design, okay, so that we call as a properties. So whatever the look wise you want to set, that we call as a properties. So second properties of Java is one properties. So what all we saw? First introspection, then properties. Then we'll see the third one, that is customization. So customization is the third property of Java Bean. So customization, when you created the Java Bean, okay, when you created the Java Bean, it is going to store in builder tool. For example, two developers are there, developer A and developer B. For example, developer A has built some one Java Bean and it is going to store in builder tool. And developer B, which implementing the project, it is going to set the same whatever the developer A has done using the bean. He is also going to do that one, so he can use that session, that Java Bean, using builder tool. Okay, and whatever he want to change, he can change using the customization. So addition of the already built-in beans. Built-in means whatever the user has developed. So user developed beans, if you want to edit that one or you want to customize that bean, you can use a customization. You can do that one. So that property, that process we call as customization. So customization is allowed in a Java Bean. So it is not static, you can edit that one. So for example, submit button red I have set. So anybody else wants to use that bean, so he wants not red, he wants in yellow, so he can change the properties. So bean properties can be customized at design time. So there are two ways. There is using property editor. Property editor can be used. So using a NetBeans, you can do that using property editor and using more sophisticated bean customizer. So there are two ways you can do. First one, using property editors and using more sophisticated bean customizers, using more softwares. Okay, so customization is allowed in a bean, Java Bean. So there are properties what we saw. First one, introspection. It will collect all the information about the session, Java Bean, and it is going to store in a builder tool. So there are two ways, that is using design pattern and using bean information class. Then we saw properties, whatever the appearance and the behavior you want to change, you can you want to set, you can set. So that we call as property. And customization, this one you can edit the already existing bean. Okay, so using two ways you can change, using property editor or you can use the more sophisticated bean customizers. That is software you can use. Any software you can use to customize the bean. So next property we are going to see, that is events. So what is event? First of all, event in general we tell as a task or action what you want to do. So for example, two users wants to communicate with each other. So here event should happen, then only the action will take place. For example, if it should connect to the user A and user B, that is one action you are going to do. Then user A is going to send the hello message to user B, that one event it is going to send. Then again a reply will come, another event. So event is one which is going to do a task, any task or action it is going to do. So here also bean uses events to communicate with others. For example, submit button only you take. If you submit that button, it should go to the other page. So that event we are going to create. So when you submit the button, it is going to do another task. So that we call as event. So a bean that wants to receive events, register it interest with the bean they want to send the event. First, whatever the event it is going to do, it should send a interest for that event. Then it will give a reply to send the event. A builder will give the reply to the sender to send the event. So what we saw first, introspection, then properties, then customization, then events. So we'll see next one, that is persistent. What is persistent? Basically persistence is a transferring. So Java Bean is a persistence. Why? Because whatever you are going to do, the action and the status of the bean is very transparent, and whatever you, it enables the beans to save and restore their state. Whatever you do, the action, it is going to store that status. For example, submit button, submit on click mouse. So when you click that mouse, it is going to store it is clicked. We are using the object serialization here. So object serialization interface we are going to use to support the persistence, to support the transparency of the state of Java Bean. We are going to use object serialization interface. So the properties we saw already: introspection, properties, customization, and events, and persistent. Then we'll see the last one, that is a method. So here whatever methods we are using, that methods are setter and getter. So using set and get method, we are going to set and get the properties. So using set method, you are going to set that property, and using the get method, you are going to display that properties. So whatever the method you create, you develop, you implement, that should be public. That should be public. So there are some rules are there to create the Java beans. First rule is, when you create the Java bean, it should be implement a serializable interface. Okay, when you create a interface, it should follow the following rules. First one, it should implement a serializable interface. First one, it should implement the serializable interface. Second rule is that whenever you create the Java Bean, the constructor of the Java Bean should be with a no argument. It should be no argument. The constructor should be with no argument. The second rule is the constructor of the Java Bean should be no argument. Then third rule is that whatever the method you create, it should be public. The access specifier should be public. So there are three rules. First one, it should implement the serializable. Second one, the constructor should be with a no argument. Then third rule is the method should be public. So these are the rules we should follow to implement the Java Bean. So what we saw, first introduction we saw. In introduction, it is a introduction about the Java Bean. It is a class, a simple class, and it is implementing the Java dot. It should import the Java.beans package, and it is reusable. It is used to reusable the code, and it is a client side component. And the whatever the bean you created, you can be control for that, and it is going to store the whatever the information about the Java Bean in a builder tool like bean box. Then we saw the properties of Java Beans. What are the properties? Introspection, then properties, customization, events, and methods, persistence. Then, so what is introspection? Introspection is one which stores the information about the bean in a bean box or builder tool. Then we have a properties. You whatever the appearance and look wise, you can set as a in a properties. Then customization, whatever the already existing bean, if you want to change that or if you want to edit, you can do that. So customization is allowed in bean. Then we have events. Events is what we are using the events to communicate with each other. Then then the property here persistent. What is persistent? The transparency. So we are maintaining a transparency on the status. Then we have last one, property method. So what is method? whatever the method you created, it should be public, and setter getter method you are using. So these are the introduction. So next video I will do the other topics. Thank you for the listening. Thank you. It's a Namrata Kalsanawar from Sambram Institute of Technology, Bangalore. Thank you.